Thinking about moving to Mexico? A lot of people are. And it's not just snowbirds from the United States and Canada anymore. These days, retirees, remote workers, and anyone who's tired of crazy costs back home are starting to take a good look south of the border. But here's the thing, not every Mexican city is created equal. You want cheap, safe, and amazing. Then you need to know where to look before you pack your bags. Today we're talking about some of the best and most affordable places to live in Mexico. These are cities and towns where your dollar, or peso, goes further, where you can actually enjoy life instead of stressing about bills. Yes, we're going to talk about the good and the not so good, because no place is perfect. So if you've been thinking about retiring abroad, working remotely, or just getting a fresh start, Mexico might be on your list. And before we start, we're giving away a free moving planner that might help you one day in your relocation. How to get it is at the end of the video. Let's get started. Why Mexico? Before we dive into cities, let's talk about why Mexico attracts so many expats and retirees. Cost of living. This is the big one. Housing, groceries, healthcare, everything is significantly cheaper than in US and Canada. Healthcare, private healthcare here is surprisingly good. You can see a doctor for the cost of a fast food meal back home. Many towns also have hospitals that cater to foreigners. Proximity, if you're American or Canadian, Mexico is just a few hours by plane. It's close enough that you can visit family easily. Lifestyle, beaches, mountains, colonial towns, vibrant culture. There's something for everyone. Now let's look at the 10 best amazing and cheap places to live in Mexico. 1. Mérida, the colonial star of the Yucatan. If you've never been to Mérida, picture this: brightly painted Spanish colonial buildings, palm trees, cobblestone streets, and music in the plazas at night. It's like someone combined culture with relaxation. Why it's great? Mérida is known as one of the safest cities in Mexico. It has a strong expat community but still feels authentic. You can get a comfortable home or apartment for much less than you'd expect. Many retirees here live comfortably on $1,500 to $2,000 a month. Weather, it's warm. Okay, very warm. You're in the tropics here, so you'll deal with heat and humidity. But the Caribbean beaches of Progreso are just a short drive away. Community, you'll find plenty of expat meetups, language exchange groups, and a thriving arts scene. It's very friendly. Nearby attractions, Mayan ruins, cenotes, those crystal clear swimming holes, and of course the Gulf of Mexico beaches. Downside, it's hot. Like, did someone put the sun on high? Hot. If you can handle that, you'll love it. 2. Lake Chapala and Oaxaca, the retiree capital. This area, just south of Guadalajara, has been an expat favorite for decades. Why? The weather is almost perfect year-round. Why it's great? You get mild temperatures, a scenic lake, and a very strong English-speaking community. If you're nervous about moving abroad and want something familiar, this area makes it easier. Cost of living, affordable, but prices have been creeping up because so many foreigners are moving here. Still, you can rent a nice house for much less than in the US. Community, huge retiree population. If you like social clubs, book clubs, live music, and expat events, you'll have no shortage here. Nearby attractions, Guadalajara is less than an hour away, so you have access to big city shopping, concerts, and an international airport. Downside, because it's so popular, it's not as cheap as it used to be. If you're looking for hidden gem cheap, this may not be the place. But for a balance of affordability, weather, and comfort, it's hard to beat. 3. San Cristóbal de las Casas, Mountain Charm in Chiapas. Now, let's go way down south to the state of Chiapas. San Cristóbal is a colonial mountain town with cobblestone streets and a much cooler climate than the coastal areas. Why it's great? It's affordable, one of the cheapest areas on this list. The scenery is gorgeous, and the culture is rich with indigenous traditions. Weather, cooler. This is at a high elevation, so you'll need a sweater at night. Community, you'll find a mix of artists, backpackers, and a smaller but growing expat community. It's quieter than the tourist beaches, and the pace of life is slower. Nearby attractions, waterfalls, coffee plantations, Mayan ruins, and incredible mountain landscapes. Downside, you need to be okay with being in a more rural area. English is not as widely spoken here, so learning Spanish is a must. 4. Puerto Vallarta, Coastal Paradise. Puerto Vallarta has been on the expat radar forever, but it still deserves a mention because you can find affordable areas if you stay away from the super touristy zones. Why it's great? Beach, mountains, a big expat community, great restaurants, and an active lifestyle. You can be as social or as relaxed as you want. Cost of living, it's higher than some inland towns, but you can still find deals if you live just outside the main tourist areas. Community, huge expat population. There are meetups, fitness classes, volunteer groups, you name it. Nearby attractions, whale watching, snorkeling, art galleries, and the Malecon boardwalk. Downside, it gets busy in peak season. If you prefer peace and quiet, you'll want to live away from downtown. 5. Oaxaca City, cultural capital. This one is for the culture lovers. Oaxaca City is known for amazing food, vibrant festivals, colorful markets, and art everywhere you look. Why it's great? It's walkable, historic, and has a relaxed pace. And it's very affordable. Community, smaller expat population than in coastal areas, but very active. People who move here tend to be interested in culture, food, and local traditions. Weather, mild for most of the year, but can get a little warm in April and May. Nearby attractions, Monte Albon ruins, artisan villages, mezcal tours, and incredible food. Seriously, the food here is worth the move alone. Downside, not on the beach. If you want sand and surf, this isn't your spot. 6. Mazatlán, the underrated beach town. Mazatlán doesn't always get as much attention as Cancun or Puerto Vallarta, but it's a gem for people looking for affordable beachfront living. Why it's great? You get a real Mexican city with a working port, historic old town, and miles of beaches. And it's much less expensive than some of the more famous resort towns. Community, growing expat population, but it still feels more Mexican than touristy. Nearby attractions, deep sea fishing, island tours, and the beautiful Malecon. Downside, summers are hot and humid. Like, really humid. 7. La Paz, peaceful Baja living. If you love the idea of Baja California but want to avoid the high prices and heavy tourist traffic of Cabo, La Paz might be for you. Why it's great? Quiet, laid back, and right on the Sea of Cortez. It's a haven for water lovers. Community, smaller expat population, but very welcoming. Nearby attractions, kayaking, snorkeling with sea lions, and some of the best sunsets you'll ever see. Downside, limited nightlife. If you want big city action, Cabo is a couple of hours away. 8. Guanajuato, colorful hillside living. Guanajuato is a city built in the hills with narrow alleyways, colorful homes, and tunnels instead of streets. It's like stepping into a painting. Why it's great? It's a UNESCO World Heritage City with history, culture, and music festivals year-round. Community, artists, students, and expats who enjoy a lively atmosphere. Nearby attractions, the Cervantino Festival, mines you can tour, and some of the best views in Mexico. Downside, those hills. Walking here is a workout. 9. Querétaro, safe and modern with history. Querétaro has a rapidly growing reputation among expats. It's clean, modern, and safe, with a stunning historic center. Why it's great? It's a balance between tradition and modern living. Good infrastructure, good healthcare, and plenty of cultural events. Community, growing, with retirees and younger families relocating here. Nearby attractions, wine country, historic missions, and charming colonial towns all within a short drive. Downside, it's getting more popular, so prices are slowly going up. 10. Campeche, quiet coastal living. Often overlooked, Campeche is a charming, colorful city on the Gulf of Mexico. Why it's great? It's safe, affordable, and full of history. Plus, you get beautiful coastal sunsets. Community, smaller expat presence, which means a more authentic Mexican experience. Nearby attractions, Mayan ruins, tranquil beaches, and a beautifully preserved old town with a walled fort. Downside, hot weather and less English spoken, so Spanish skills will help. Now, to receive the free moving planner, you know what to do. Like and subscribe, then comment moving planner. The instruction to download will be in our community post. Enjoy! Thanks for helping the channel grow. So, is Mexico a good place to live if you're looking for cheap and amazing? Absolutely, but it depends on what you want. If you love culture and don't mind the heat, Mérida or Oaxaca City might be for you. If you want perfect weather and an easy transition, Lake Chapala and Oaxaca are hard to beat. If you love beaches, check out Mazatlán, Puerto Vallarta, La Paz, or Campeche. And if you want cooler weather and mountain views, head to San Cristóbal de las Casas. But here's the important thing, visit before you commit. Spend a few months renting in an area, talk to locals, and see if it feels right for you. Living in Mexico can be affordable, exciting, and life-changing. Just remember, it's not all margaritas and sunsets. You'll need to deal with paperwork, learn some Spanish, and adjust to a slower pace. But for many, that's exactly what makes it amazing. Which city in Mexico would you choose to live in? Or are you already living there? Drop it in the comments. Thanks for watching.